we've seen the approaches. Now let's use the password cracking tools. There are a whole bunch of tools. Now, the first category of tools are what we call password recovery. And usually what that means when they say password recovery is they don't usually mean that you're recovering passwords. They mean that you're resetting the password. Let's not even try to crack it. Let's just reset the password to something new. And there are a number of tools you can use to do that. One of my favorite is something called BART PE. It's just a little boot disk that you boot the system from, and it will just go and on the hard drive find the spot where the administrator password is, and it'll just overwrite it. It'll wipe it out and make it nothing. And you log in, and there's no password policy that's going to work there because you're booted from a whole other operating system. It's the operating system that enforces password policy. And I'm booted into an OS that has no password policy. So I can just wipe the hard drive, make it nothing, boot to the other OS. The other OS is just going to go, what's the password? Oh, nothing. Okay, come right on in. So that's usually how the password recovery tools work. You can also just flat out crack the passwords. Most of them work against, well, all of these, in fact, will work against whatever password list you hand them. And there's Loft, there's pwdump7, which is a command line tool. Loft has a nice GUI interface. There's offcrack for rainbow tables, using rainbow tables, rainbow crack also. There's Enable, which it will intercept logins and crack them, as well as crack hashes that you dump. John the Ripper, very fast password cracker. Now, a lot of these you have to actually get the hashes, as we've discussed. Some of them can do it remotely, try to dump remotely. It means you have to have the ability to dump them. You either have to have compromised the system, or you have to have like a remote username and password that you can use. THC, Hydra, and Medusa, very, very fast crackers across the network. Hashcat, like I said, uses the graphics card GPU to speed things up. So here are just a few. There are so many more password cracking tools. You can create your own rainbow tables if you want. I have to warn you, it'll take you days. But there's the Rainbow Table Gen, RTGen, or the Win RTGen. You're probably better off downloading pre-made rainbow tables, and there are plenty of places that'll provide it, not just offcrack.sourceforge.net, but many others. But here is an example of using rainbow table Win RTGen, where you can say, using this hash algorithm with the minimum and maximum length, and then you can set some other things like how you want to have the rainbow tables organized with X number of tables. And is the character set only numbers, or you have a drop-down box? Is it numbers? Is it letters and numbers, just letters, special characters, whatever? And then it'll say, okay, you can create for me 1.11 million keys. And it'll take about 610 megabytes. And it'll just go ahead and create them. Now, it will take you quite some time to actually create your own rainbow tables. So if you have the ability to download off the internet ones that are pre-created, you're better off. However, it is true that the ones that are online are gigs and gigs in size. So maybe you'll just say, no, I'm patient and I'll just create my own. Because these rainbow table generators, they will just take every possible combination within the parameters you set and create a big old long table of every possible combination. So those are some of the most popular password cracking tools.